The movie begins with a careful police officer noticing a suspicious van. He approaches with caution, holding his flashlight, and gets closer to investigate. Suddenly, 3 zombies attack him and quickly cause his death. At the same time, Ajay Prescott is warmly welcomed as the newest member of SEAL Team 6. Petty Officer 1 Est-Class Carl warns Ajay that it will be a difficult journey for him since he is taking the place of a fallen comrade who died near the Pakistan border. Carl becomes emotional as he remembers the challenges they faced during that incident. When Ajay returns home to his pregnant wife, she worries about his safety with the elite SAAL team. Ajay assures her that the SAAL members are the best at what they do. In the busy capital of Louisiana, a journalist named Amanda expresses her dissatisfaction with the assignment of covering Vice President Bentley's press conference. Her colleague, Dave, reminds her that it's their job to deliver the news. Amanda complains that the Vice President always avoids answering her questions. After the Vice President gives a short speech, he allows questions from the press. Amanda eagerly raises her hand, but the Vice President intentionally ignores her. Meanwhile, sharp security agents stationed outside the building spot a suspicious person, but their investigation leads to the person mysteriously disappearing. As the press conference comes to an end, Bentley and his team witness a distressing scene. A woman being attacked by a zombie. A Secret Service agent acts swiftly and skillfully eliminates the threat, ensuring the Vice President's safety before taking him back inside. Outside, more people fall victim to zombie attacks, becoming infected and turning into zombies themselves. During these events, AJ, spending time with his wife, receives an urgent call to report to the base without any details. He shares his uncertainty about the mission and when he will return with his wife. Lieutenant Commander Shear informs the SEAL team about the recent events in Baton Rouge, reminding them of the Vice President's presence in the state capitol. They learn that a distress signal was sent, leading to the deployment of the FBI's elite hostage rescue team, but no updates have been received from them yet. Lieutenant Commander Shear assigns them the mission of rescuing the Vice President from the state capitol building. The team is warned about the significant challenges they will face, and Lieutenant Pete Cunningham provides the vital final instructions. Pete briefs the team on the Vice President's last known location and secret code name. They are cautioned against using heavy weapons. With no communication from the Secret Service agents, uncertainty looms over whether the Vice President is still there. The SEALs gear up and descend into Baton Rouge through parachute. Upon landing, they embark on a thorough search of the building, only to find it empty. Determined to locate the Vice President, the team shifts their focus to another area. Eventually, they uncover VP Bentley amidst a small group of reporters and Secret Service agents. The Vice President reveals that one of his men is critically wounded. Petty Officer 1 S-Class Billy, the team's skilled medic, tends to the Vice President before turning his attention to the infected agent who remains handcuffed. Suddenly, the agent breaks free, overpowering both Pete and Billy. Just in the nick of time, another agent eliminates the infected agent with a single well-aimed shot to the head. Pete reaches out to Commander Shear, seeking information about the expected arrival of the extraction helicopter. The commander emphasizes the primary goal of ensuring the president's safety and waiting for the helicopter's arrival. Meanwhile, CIA agent Stacy Thomas imparts vital knowledge to the SEALs regarding the ongoing crisis. Agent Thomas discloses that the situation is, in fact, a biological attack, and that she has a valuable asset on site who may hold the key to reversing the infection. The safety of both the asset and her team is of utmost importance, requiring evacuation. Shear's team stands as their only hope for a secure extraction. Convinced by the information, Commander Shear instructs Pete to stay a little longer, as there are other individuals in need of assistance. He also emphasizes the need to prevent anyone who has been bitten from causing further harm. Thomas alerts Shear to the grave reality of facing a biological agent. A deadly virus breaks out, turning people into terrifying zombies. Shear gives a crucial order to his team. They must block all ways in and out of the city to stop the virus from spreading. Pete urgently tells the Vice President and his staff to gather on the rooftop for evacuation. He asks if anyone has been bitten. Although nobody admits it, Margaret, one of Bentley's staff, shows signs of sickness. She secretly tends to her wounds in the bathroom. Outside, Ajay asks if he can fight the attacking zombies to protect innocent people. Pete understands the importance, but denies the request, knowing it would put them all at risk. Unfortunately, a zombie approaches Chief Petty Officer Travis, who is waiting for an order that arrives too late. Chaos ensues, and Travis gets bitten. Billy tries to help him, but tragically, Travis succumbs to the infection and dies. A member of the FBI rescue team transforms into a zombie and launches an attack on the Vice President's staff. Pete acts swiftly and takes down the infected agent, saving everyone. Soon after, Pete receives news that the evacuation helicopter is on its way. Amanda convinces Dave to stay behind, seeing it as a rare opportunity for both of them. Despite initial hesitation, Dave agrees. When Amanda informs Pete that she and Dave won't be boarding the helicopter, he warns them that there won't be any other assistance available. The vice president and his team leave on the helicopter, but tragically, it crashes when one of the infected staff members turns into a zombie and attacks. Shearer assigns Pete with the critical task of rescuing the scientists from a nearby laboratory as they hold the key to stopping the outbreak. Pete gives a clear order to his team: shoot anyone who poses a threat or shows signs of infection. He assigns Ajay the responsibility of protecting the two reporters. The SEALs embark on their new mission to save the scientists. However, during a fierce attack by zombies, Ajay and the reporters get separated from the rest of the team. Pete makes a tough decision not to go back for them, believing that Ajay will find his way to the planned extraction point. Despite being chased by relentless zombies, the remaining SEALs successfully reach their objective. Once inside the building, they quickly ascend to the upper floors in search of the scientists. They meet a helpful security guard named Larry, who guides them to their destination. Moreover, Larry grimly discloses the chilling truth that the area is swarming with ravenous zombies. Undeterred by the danger, Ajay, accompanied by the courageous reporters, presses onward towards their objective. A tense moment arises when Ajay spots an infected child drawing near, forcing him to confront a difficult choice. Dave passionately implores Ajay to eliminate the child before she poses a greater threat. Ajay, grappling with hesitation, relinquishes his weapon, endeavoring to convince the frightened girl that he means her no harm. Unexpectedly, the girl launches a vicious attack, sinking her teeth into Ajay's arm. As the virus courses through his veins, Ajay musters the strength to contact his wife, assuring her that he's fine despite his weakening state. Urgently, he requests to be connected to the base. Ajay receives orders to swiftly reach the secondary target before the airspace becomes impassable. Meanwhile, the SEALs finally encounter Rebecca, the valuable asset entrusted to them by Agent Thomas. Rebecca shares a grim reality with the team. There is currently no cure for the infection ravaging their world. However, she firmly believes that a life-saving vaccine can be created, but it necessitates obtaining a sample from one of the undead. In a desperate attempt to prevent the rampant disease from consuming the entire nation, Commander Shearer has issued a stark command to the military: obliterate bridges and seal off exits leading out of the city. With resolute determination, Ajay, Dave, and Amanda forge ahead, edging closer to the designated evacuation point. Tragically, Dave's life is abruptly snuffed out when an unanticipated zombie emerges from the shadows, claiming him as its prey. Simultaneously, the SEALs achieve a vital breakthrough by successfully procuring a sample from one of the ghastly creatures. The scientist working alongside them delivers a glimmer of hope, assuring them that she merely requires a couple more minutes before they can make their escape. As the SAAL team readies themselves to vacate the building, their attention is drawn to Ajay and Amanda outside. Pete, succumbing to the mounting pressure from their commanding officer, urges the team to prioritize the scientist's return to the base as instructed. In a selfless act, Carl volunteers to venture forth and rendezvous with Ajay and Amanda, while Pete assures him that he'll ensure the helicopter awaits their arrival. Though Shear expresses his discontent over Pete delaying the rescue helicopter for Ajay and Amanda, Pete confidently assures his superiors that they will reach the designated location in time. Carl valiantly reaches Ajay and Amanda, but their path to the extraction point is obstructed by a relentless horde of zombies. Fearlessly, Carl stands his ground, heroically sacrificing himself to grant Ajay and Amanda precious moments to make it to the landing zone and reunite with the rest of the resilient SAAL team. At the landing zone, the remaining survivors solemnly prepare to board the waiting helicopter, their hearts heavy with the absence of their fallen comrade, Carl. As Pete implores Ajay to board the chopper, a startling confession escapes Ajay's lips. He's infected and opts to stay behind. In a swift motion, Pete seizes his gun and opens fire on the horde of zombies racing towards them. Determined, Pete insists that Ajay join them on the chopper, refusing to abandon him again. He reveals that the scientist aboard may hold the key to a cure. Billy, echoing Pete's sentiments, warns Ajay that he's staying put if Ajay chooses to stay. After grappling with his decision, Ajay finally relents and embarks on the helicopter. Simultaneously, as the rescue helicopter takes flight, a scene of relentless destruction unfolds. Missiles relentlessly pound Baton Rouge, obliterating the swarming zombies below. The narrative shifts, revealing CIA agent Stacey Thomas engaged in a crucial meeting with senators. They delve into the harrowing events of the recent outbreak that threatened not only Stacey's life, but also the lives of every member of the valiant SAAL team. Startlingly, it is unveiled that Ajay and the other Navy SEALs possess an extraordinary immunity to the illness. Their molecular structure was altered through a series of intense shots, aptly named the 5-scale intensive 7 series. These shots were ingeniously designed to render them impervious to the deadly virus. The climactic conclusion of the movie sees Ajay at long last reuniting with his wife, Emily. Overwhelmed with gratitude and a profound sense of purpose, Ajay has resolved to name their son Carl in honor of the courageous sacrifice made by their fallen comrade. Carl's selfless act ensured Ajay and Amanda's survival, leading them to the sanctuary of the landing zone. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe Mango Recap for more video like this and help the channel grow.